What's up, Buttercups? Welcome to my channel where I share my experiences of my transformation journey on becoming the best and highest version of myself. And I want to take the time to thank all of my subscribers for hitting the subscription button and supporting the channel, as well as everyone who has left a beautiful comment in the comment section. I appreciate it so much. So today's message is on forgiveness. And when I looked up the definition of forgiveness in the dictionary, it said something to the effect of a conscious, deliberate conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment that was caused to you from somebody or a group. And so it is the intentional release of resentment or anger. And so you think to yourself, has anyone ever cheated you? Have you ever been slighted in life? Did someone put you down and say that you're not worthy and say you cannot do something and say if you start up a business it's not going to thrive and you can't do anything? Your idea is not worth it. Have you ever had anybody doubt you or feel like you're not heard, that you're in a relationship where you're speaking your needs, you're as plain as day telling your partner exactly what you need, but they are just not listening? Or has anyone ever taken advantage of you? Like maybe you were ignorant and just not aware of things that, I guess, leaks that you had in your container, or susceptibilities that you had, or weaknesses that you had, and someone was able to become aware of that and take advantage of you. So there's lots and lots of reasons to build up this anger within us, lots and lots of reasons to build up this resentment within us, but all it does is, like a pressure cooker, just boils within, and all the turmoil is within, and we are experiencing it. The only person that it affects is us. The people that affected us, they're our masters until we can overcome them. So as long as you have resentment for somebody, they have control over you because your energy is going to what they have done to you. Your energy is going towards them. They have completely forgotten about it, moved on, don't think about it. Their energy is not with the situation. It is far beyond that they've moved on. It didn't affect them. They did not allow it to affect them. And so I encourage you to also not allow everything to affect you, because it really does. If you hold on to things, if you hold on to the person that cheated on you, it's their loss, honey, that they're not with you. If they cheated on you and they thought they did not value you enough to stay loyal in the relationship, they don't deserve your love. That is their loss. Don't hang on to things like that. There is new and improved versions. You have healed yourself. Don't allow yourself to hang on to breadcrumbs of love where, yes, they love you when it is convenient for them to love you, but any other time you're in the way, and that they don't even consider your feelings or how you would react to things. They just went ahead and did what they wanted to do because that's what they were chasing. And so don't look at it as building resentment because they hurt you, because they cheated on you, and how could they do that, and I'm such a good person and I'm such a good lover. It's fine. Like, it happened. Take it as a lesson learned. You know what type of mate you do not want to attract in the future. You know what type of situations you want to get yourself into. You now know you want a person, a spouse, a lover to match you with your capabilities of love. And that it's not this mixed match disproportionate amount of love, like where you're just completely giving your all and someone's not. You learn that lesson from that relationship. So it's time to forgive. It's okay, they took advantage of you, they cheated on you, they took advantage of your kindness, your love, your loyalty, sometimes your money, the things that you would buy them, the things that you would do for them. But release it. Okay, so that's your past. You can never change your past. I think Oprah had said something, and I'm probably completely slaughtering this, but she said that forgiveness is accepting that you cannot change the past. It is done. It is finished. There is no going back and changing it. What has happened has happened. And you just have to forgive. Whatever has happened, people change consistently. I am not the same person that I was yesterday. My moods fluctuate, my decisions change. Sometimes my points of views change. I learn something new. I learn more information, and then I kind of, I see it from a different perspective, or interacting with people. I change like the tides of the moon, and so does everybody else. So we have to remember that what decision was made in the past was that's what it was. It is what it is. It was just a decision. It was just a choice, and the consequences from that choice manifested. But you can't hang on to it because the only thing that it hurts is you. And so the lesson of forgiveness is to really just go within yourself and figure out what resentments you have towards people and let them go. Forgive yourself as well. This isn't just forgiving other people. Think of all those embarrassing moments that you've had in your life, all those shameful moments, all of those times that you thought you could stand up for yourself and what you were internally telling yourself, and your mouth said something completely different, and then you got yourself in a situation where you weren't into alignment. It has happened to all of us. And we have to forgive ourselves in that moment. That's who we were in that moment. That's the decision that we made. We learned the lesson from it, but that is not who we are today. I think Oprah was actually the one that said, your circumstances do not define you, your possibilities do. What can you do in this life? Your past does not define you. It did make you who you are today, and it does make you respond to certain things in certain ways, but it does not define you. You can be anything you want to be. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can do whatever career. You can have whatever family. You can live in whatever house you want. And it does not depend on your past. Your past has nothing to do with it. I think I read somewhere, don't let your circumstances define you, but define your circumstances. What kind of house do you want to live in? What kind of career do you want to have? What kind of spouse do you want to have? Where do you want to go in life? What's your purpose? How are you going to serve other people? And in order to get to those capabilities, we have to forgive ourselves. We have to remove the blocks. We have to understand that we're human. We make mistakes. That we have to go through trial and error. That we have to go through the trials and try different things here and there. And some are right in our eyes and some are wrong. Sometimes we find out this works. Sometimes we figure out that this other thing works. And it's kind of like just building something. You have all of these parts and you start sticking them together. Well, hey, this works. Let's use this. And this works, and and then before you know it, you got a whole clock built. But you just kind of go gear after gear and see what works and what doesn't work. And hey, sometimes we go down the path and we make a mistake. We make something that actually didn't work out for us. It hurt us, but we were aware of it, and we're like, hey, that doesn't work out for us. We're not going to let that slide next time. We're not going to let that happen. But we have to forgive ourselves that it did happen. And we don't have to accept. So what has happened in our childhood, all of the things, everybody's had problems in their childhood. That is things that happened to us. But it doesn't mean that that defines who we are or holds us back to prevent us from being anything but our greatest potential. Do not let your past define you. You can overcome it. You can definitely overcome it. It's completely achievable. And don't hold grudges. Grudges do nothing but hold you back. They prevent forgiveness. They affect your physical health. They affect relationships. Whenever you hold grudges, you do not allow personal growth. You do not allow growth at all within a relationship or personal growth. You stunt it because you hold that grudge there, so nothing is allowed to thrive. It also makes you miss out opportunities. You kind of find out that people that you're connected to, it's all about who you know as far as opportunities in this life. And when you hold grudges, you block yourself out of a whole network of people that you can talk to. And I've actually been watching videos on forgiveness, and I watched this one where there was a cop who had arrested a man and falsified the report, and this man went to jail for 4 years. And they get out of jail. The town's very small, and they end up getting the cop, he ends up admitting he gets caught that he is falsifying reports, and he admits to everything, and he tells the truth, and he's like, yes, I did it. I falsified reports. Like, I did lie on him. And they end up working at this same coffee shop. And can you imagine that the cop that put you in jail for 4 years of your life is now working with you? But the man chose to forgive and to understand that mistakes were made. And the other man, he told the truth about it. You know, he admitted what he had done. And I watched another one where a firefighter had accidentally fallen asleep and crashed into a car that killed a man's wife, who was actually pregnant at the time, and her baby died as well because of the wreck. And the husband actually forgave the firefighter, and they have a beautiful relationship. And as I watched the video, I couldn't help but cry because I saw so much love between the families, between the kids that have been born since the death. And there was so much positive interaction. When there could be a divide there wasn't. It was so much positive love and forgiveness, and it was a great feeling to watch. And honestly, what feeling is better than when you make a mistake and you can go to someone and they forgive you for what you have done and understand that you make mistakes and it's okay, and that there is another direction we can go. There's a solution that we can find. We can go a different pathway, but they're there to support you. They're not there to judge you. They're not there to not accept you. They're not there to hold anything against you or to take tallies on and what they can use with you later. They just embrace you. They love you. They realize that we make mistakes, and sometimes they're big mistakes, and sometimes just owning up to the mistake is so hard and so vulnerable that when someone just accepts it and accepts that we're flawed and we don't have to be this perfect little Barbie and Ken or whatever that we have to project into this world, when we realize we don't have to be perfect and we have someone accept us, it is the best feeling in this world. It is the most intimately bonding feeling in this world to be accepted for who you truly are. And once you get around those type of people, you can thrive. So it's very important. But that is something, think about in the Bible. The Bible teaches that as well. Forgive. It's better for you to forgive. But that feeling of knowing that you are forgiven for mistakes that you are not a monster. We go through this life, all of these experiences that we have, figuring out stuff. We're figuring it out along the way, but they are lessons learned. We can turn back from the mistakes. We can realize, hey, I did that and that's not who I am. I tried it. I don't like it. That's not who I am. It doesn't define me. That is one thing. The husband of the wife that was killed by the firefighter, he said, do not let this wreck define who you are. It could have easily been a life-defining moment, because he killed a young mother. She had a 19-month-old already, and she was 7 months pregnant. And He's killed their mom, as well as the baby, as well as the spouse. I mean, that's a lot of guilt that could be put on to you just for a simple mistake. You were overworked, you know, you had done stuff, it was a split second and your whole life had changed. And that could have been a situation where guilt, shame, blame, you know, it's all your fault, and that could have riddled him the rest of his life. But this man told the firefighter, do not let this situation define you. Do not let it define who you are. It's a mistake. It's an accident. It's no, you know, it's like, it's okay. You're accepted. And that he didn't need some type of punishment to change his course. And in fact, the husband actually was a preacher, and he ends up having another daughter. And this firefighter, you know, he gets on the video and he's like, I will take care, or I will watch over that little girl. Her name's Faith, which I thought was beautiful. But I will watch over that little girl till my dying day. And it's so beautiful how it's come full circle. It's absolutely beautiful. And so I just invite you to forgive people who have trespassed against you. Forgive people who have taken advantage, who have cheated, who have lied. And understand that that does not define who you are. You are not defined by the mistakes that you have made. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for anything that you feel is embarrassing, mistakes, anything like that. And so when you do forgive yourself, you allow those things to release into the universe, and then allow new things to come in and fill the space. And so you can use that in a variety of ways to spread your message, to hone your creative talent, to define your purpose. But most of all, it releases all of that for you. It releases those weights off of you. It doesn't really affect the other person. I watched one video where there was a serial murderer, and I forget how many women he killed. And at his sentencing, family member after family member after family member came up and just talked, you know, just he deserved to die and how rotten he was. And it was way on down. There was one man that stood up, and he walked up there, and I believe it was his daughter. I may be wrong on the relation. But he just said, I forgive you. Like, I know there's a lot of people up here hating on you and saying bad things about you and knocking you down, but I forgive you. And the serial killer just broke down. You know, like, it feels good to be shown love in a moment where it feels like there's no love being shown. And so I invite everyone to be that light in the world that is able to show love, that is able to shine, that is able to affect people in a positive way. So forgive yourself of all of these mistakes. We've all made them. No one gets out of this world not making a mistake. None of us are perfect. Believe me, I make my fair share of them every single day. But that's okay. I learned from them. I don't hold them within my being. I don't hold on to them, allowing them to define who I am as a person. And I invite you to do the same. So if you resonated with this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah!